Now we want to look at solving quadratic equations with the quadratic formula. So we know how to solve quadratic equations with factoring. So let's look at this example and see about factoring this quadratic so that we can solve for x. It's got leading coefficient of 1, so we know we're going to have an x and an x, and we need to find the two numbers that multiply to that constant term of -5 and add to the constant or the coefficient on the x, which is 1. Well, the only things that multiply to -5 would be -1 and 5, which do not add to 1, and the other combination that would multiply to 5 would be -5 times 1, which that doesn't add to 1 either. So factoring is not possible. When it's not possible to factor a quadratic equation to solve it, we use the quadratic formula. So this is what the quadratic formula says. The solutions to a quadratic equation in its general form, ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. If we're wanting to find the values of x that solve that, those are going to be equal to x equal to -b plus or minus the square root of the quantity b squared minus 4 times a times c. And then that entire thing is over 2a. Now we can get two solutions because we've got the plus or minus here. The plus case and the minus case are each separate solutions. That gives us the option and the possibility of having two solutions. Let's look at our example now and use the quadratic formula. It can be helpful to identify a, b, and c. So a is the coefficient on the x squared term, which is a 1. B is the coefficient on the x term, which is also a 1, and c is the constant, which is -5. It's important to include that negative with the 5. Let's now find the solutions by using the formula. So x equals -b, so -1, plus or minus square root of, we're going to take the b squared, so that's 1 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is -5, making sure we get the negative in there. And then that entire thing is over the denominator of 2 times a, which is 1. Now, once we have everything plugged in, it's a matter of simplifying, doing the arithmetic. Here's one of those times we want to just go slow, take our time, make sure we don't make any silly errors. So we have -1 plus or minus. Let's simplify what's underneath the square root. 1 squared is 1. -4 times -5 is going to be a plus 20. And then it's all over 2. And one more simplification to make. We can, under the square root, add 1 and 20 and get 21. If that number under the square root has a factor that's a perfect square, we would want to simplify that. We would want to write it in its lowest terms. But 21 does not have any factors that are perfect squares. So this is our solution, or these are two solutions. We've got the positive case, x equals -1 plus square root 21 over 2, and another solution, x equals -1 minus square root 21 over 2. Little review of our sets of numbers. That square root of 21, that is an irrational number. So remember, irrational numbers are those when we write them in decimal form, they don't repeat or they don't terminate, but they are real. So a number under the square root that doesn't simplify is an irrational number, but it is real. Let's try this example. First, identify a, b, and c. Well, a, the coefficient on x squared is 1. B, the coefficient on x, this time it's 2. And c, the constant, is -1. Plugging values in. we get our solutions. X equals negative b, so that's going to be negative 2, plus or minus, and then under the square root, we have 2 squared, b squared, so that's 2 squared, minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is negative 1. And then that's all over 2 times a, which is 1. Let's do simplifying. X equals negative 2 plus or minus. Under the square root, 2 squared is 4. And then we've got negative 4 times negative 1, so that's a plus 4. And that's all over 2. We can write that as negative 2 plus or minus square root of, adding the 4's, we get 8 all over 2. Now here's where we want to simplify. All right, 8, we can write that as the factors 4 and 2 and break that up into 2 square roots. So simplifying, we get negative 2 plus or minus square root 4 is 2. There's still another 2 that's under the square root, and then that's all over 2. We want to simplify, write this in the lowest terms possible. To do that, let's break this up. When we have addition or subtraction in the numerator, we can break that fraction up into 2 by putting the first term over the denominator and then the second term over the denominator. So let's see what that looks like. We're going to have x equals negative 2 over 2 plus or minus square root 2, or back up, 2 times square root 2 over 2. Now we see that we can do some canceling, right? 2 goes into 2 one time, 2 goes into 2 one time. Here, these factors of 2 cancel. We're left with a 1 in that denominator. So our solutions in fully simplified form are negative 1 plus or minus square root of 2. And again, that's 2 solutions. It's x equals negative 1 plus square root 2, and x equals negative 1 minus square root 2. And again, we have irrational solutions because we've got a number under the square root that doesn't simplify, but they are real solutions. Okay, let's look at this one. Now, this one actually will factor, but I'm going to show you that even if it does factor, we can use the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula works with every single quadratic equation. Okay, it can always be used. So if you don't know which method to use, just know quadratic formula is going to work. Let's start off by identifying our a, b, and c. So a is the coefficient on the x squared, and it's 2. B is the coefficient on x, and that's 5. And c is the constant term, which is 3. So let's plug things in. We have x equal to negative b, so that's going to be a negative 5, plus or minus. Under the square root, we want b squared, so that's 5 squared, so that's 25. And then minus 4 times a, which is 2, times c, which is 3, all over 2 times a. So 2 times the 2, that is a. Now carefully doing the arithmetic, negative 5 plus or minus 25 minus 4 times 2 times 3 is going to be minus 24, all over 2 times 2, which is 4. So we get x equals negative 5 plus or minus, underneath the square root, we're left with 1. Simplifying a little bit more, we can write x equals negative 5 plus or minus square root of 1, which is just 1 over 4. Now, this is something we can just use the arithmetic to come up with actual values for x. Let's take the positive case, and then we'll take this negative case. So negative 5 plus 1 over 4. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4 over 4. So that's a negative 1. So that gives us one solution, x equals negative 1. And the negative case, negative 5 minus 1 over 4. Negative 5 minus 1 is negative 6 over 4. Then we can reduce that. 2 goes into 4 and 6. We get a negative 3 halves. So that's our second solution, x equals negative 3 halves. Now, because we don't have irrational numbers, we have rational numbers, that tells us that this was factorable, but it also shows that we can find those solutions using the quadratic formula as well. Okay, last example. We've got a quadratic, but notice it's not in that general form. Let's get it in general form by adding 5 to both sides. Okay, now if we tried to factor this, we would discover that it's not going to work. So we are going to need to use the quadratic formula, identify A, B, and C. A is 1, B is 2, and C is 5. Plugging those into the formula, we're going to get x equals negative 2 plus or minus. Under the square root, we want to square b, so we're squaring 2, so that gives us a 4. And then minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 5. And then that's all over 2 times a, so 2 times 1. And simplifying, negative 2 plus or minus square root of 4, and then it's minus 20. All over 2. X equals negative 2 plus or minus square root of negative 16 all over 2. Okay, we've got a square root, and underneath it is negative. When we have a negative under the square root, it is not a real number. In this section, we are only wanting real solutions. So our answer here is D and E for does not exist. So whenever we get a solution for a quadratic that includes a negative under the square root, we are going to answer with D and E. It does not exist because it's giving us something that is not real, and we only want real solutions.